Good morning. Good morning to all of you. Welcome to my class. Today we will deal with carbohydrate part 3, in which we will deal with oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Previously we have dealt with monosaccharides, disaccharides. Today oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. So what are the oligosaccharides? The oligosaccharides are carbohydrates of from 3 to 6 units of simple sugars, जिसमें 6 से 3 से 6 यूनिट तक अगर सिंपल सुगर होंगे देन वी कॉल्ड इट ओलिगोसैक्राइड्स. अगर एक रहता है तो मोनोसैक्राइड, इफ 2 डाइसैक्राइड and 3 to 6 oligosaccharides and more than that then we will call it polysaccharide. A large number of oligosaccharides have been prepared by partially breaking down the more complex carbohydrate materials or breaking down of polysaccharides give rise to oligosaccharides. Most of the few naturally occurring oligosaccharides are found in plants, that is raffinose. It is a trisaccharide. Raffinose, it is a trisaccharide found in many plants and consists of malibulose, that is it consists of a galactose and a glucose and fructose. Another plant is a trisaccharide, is a dentinose. Also another example is maltotriose, trisaccharides of glucose only. Occurs in some plants and also in some blood of certain arthropods. This is the structure of raffinose. You can see the three. It is one galactose molecule, one glucose molecule, and one fructose molecule. It is there. It has 3 monosaccharides. Therefore, it is an oligosaccharide. Examples of some oligosaccharides in food, like arbenoxylane, it is a oligosaccharide which is derived from the grains. And fructooligosaccharides, it is also known as FOS or oligofructose. It is found in onion, canned food, etc. And galacto-oligosaccharides, it is GOS, that is raffinose, sticose, verbacose. It is found in beans, peas, lentils, cabbage, and soya bean. Oligosaccharides in soy and trans galacto-oligosaccharides. There are gentio oligosaccharides and gluco-oligosaccharides produced from glucose. Human milk oligosaccharide. In human milk, human breast milk also, human milk oligosaccharide, that is HMO, is found. There are so many examples of like this only. Mannane oligosaccharides, malibose derived N-acetyl oligosaccharides, peptic oligosaccharides, which is derived from pectin, which is an polysaccharide, xylo oligosaccharides produced from corn, cob, and birch wood. Oligosaccharides, except maltotriose, are indigestible. Oligosaccharides are indigestible except maltotriose, which means human lack enzymes to break them down into a small intestine. There is no enzyme for breakdown to these oligosaccharides. So they reach the large intestine where beneficial colonial bacteria break them down or ferment to then absorbable nutrients, which provide some energy. Certain breakdown products of oligosaccharide, namely short chain fatty acids, have beneficial effect on large intestinal lining. That means what do we understand? That oligosaccharide is indigestible. It is digested in large intestine by the help of some bacteria. Most oligosaccharides act as a soluble fiber, which helps to prevent in constipation and abdominal bloating. Indigestion of a large amount of oligosaccharides can result in abdominal bloating and excessive flatulence. Some oligosaccharides are also used as prebiotics. Prebiotics are non-digestible nutrients that selectively promote the growth of normal intestinal bacteria that may have beneficial effect on the large intestinal lining. अभी जैसे हम लोगों ने बात की, oligosaccharides currently considered as prebiotic oligosaccharides, or FOS, fructo or oligofructosaccharide in transgalactosaccharide. These oligosaccharides are also considered as prebiotics. Now we will come to the polysaccharides. What are the polysaccharides? The polysaccharides is a very large molecule made up of many small monosaccharides. I mean, the number is more than 7. Monosaccharides are simple sugars like glucose, special enzymes. These together getting large sugars or polysaccharides. Monosaccharides combined together by alpha glycosidic bond or branching by 1,6 glycosidic bond to polysaccharides. Polysaccharides are also called as glycan. Polysaccharides can be homopolysaccharide, in which the monosaccharides are the same. On the hydrolysis of homopolysaccharides, we get same type of monomer or same type of monosaccharides. And heteropolysaccharides are those in which monosaccharides vary. Means we found on hydrolysis of heteropolysaccharides, we found different types of monosaccharides. Then it is heteropolysaccharides. Depending on which monosaccharides are connected and which carbon of the monosaccharides are connected, polysaccharides take a variety of form. Depending upon the angles on the bonding of the carbon number, it will differ. Molecule with a straight chain of monosaccharide is called linear polysaccharide. If the polysaccharide is a straight chain, then it will be linear, and if it is branched, then it is will known as branched polysaccharide. Polysaccharides have general formula of CxH2O whole number y, where X is usually a large number, where X is usually a large number between 200 to 2500. Considering that the repeating unit in the polymer backbone are often 6 carbon monosaccharides, the general formula could be like this. Now chemically, the polysaccharides, as we have talked earlier, may be distinguished into homopolysaccharides or also known as homoglycans, which yields on hydrolysis a single monosaccharide. A same type of monosaccharides, when it is yielding, it is homopolysaccharide, and when it is yielding a different type of monosaccharide, then it is heteropolysaccharide or heteroglycans. Based on the functional aspect, the polysaccharides may be divided as nutrient or digestible polysaccharides. These act as a metabolic reserve of monosaccharides in plant and animals. For example, starch, glucogen, and inulin, not insulin, inulin. And the structural or indigestible polysaccharides. These serves as rigid mechanical structure in plants and animals. For example, cellulose, pectin, feeder which is forming cellulose, cell wall of the plants, chitin, many the arthropods exoskeleton, and hyaluronic acid and chondrin. These are the structural polysaccharides. Now, homopachyl, we deal it one by one. Homopolysaccharides, number one is starch. We are very familiar with starch. Starch is a white granular organic chemicals that is produced by all green plants. Starch is a soft, white, tasteless powder that is insoluble in water, alcohol, or other solvents. The chemical formula is C6H10O5 to the whole to the power n. Starch is a polysaccharide comprising glucose monomers. Starch is a monomer, it is an homopolysaccharide. That means it will contain only one type of monomers. And what monomer is here? It is glucose monomer. Glucose monomer joined with alpha 1 linkage. We have talked earlier about alpha 4 linkage and alpha 6 linkage. The simple form of starch is the linear polymer amylose and amylopectin. It is in branch form. Simple linear form of starch is known as amylase, and amylopectin is the branched form. Now that it contains two type of the unbranched. It is smylose. It contains 50 to 20%. It is a long chain unbranched straight chain component, and amylopectin. It constitutes about 80 to 85%. It is a branched chain polysaccharide. Now amylose. Amylose is a polysaccharide made up of several D means dextro glucose units. We have earlier talked about all these terms. They are linked by 1,4 glycosidic linkage. When iodine is added to starch, the color changes to dark blue to black due to the presence of amylose present in the starch that you have conducting in the biochemical test in laboratory for the identification of starch. Amylose is soluble in water and can be hydrolyzed into glucose units by enzymes alpha amylase or beta amylase. Now, amylopectin, it is a branched chain type of starch. Amylopectin is a polymer that is composed of several. It is also of several dextroglucose, but the difference is there. It is a branched chain. 80% of amylopectin is present in starch. Amylopectin molecules are also linked by alpha 4 glycosidic bond in the straight chain, and the branching will be the alpha 1,6 glycosidic linkage. We have discussed all these earlier. When iodine is added to starch, the color changes to reddish brown due to the presence of amylopectin. It is less soluble in water and readily dissolves in hot water. On cooling, it forms a starch paste or starch gel. It forms a gel-like structure. These are the structure of amylose. It is a straight chain and it is a branch chain. You can see a branching here. This is amylose and this is amylopectin. Now, there are some differences I have given here in the table about amylose and amylopectin. It is a straight chain. It is a branch chain. It constitutes about 20% of starch. It constitutes about 80%. Less soluble in water, more soluble in water. Straight chain, branch chain. Amylose stains blue with iodine. It stains reddish blue with iodine. Soluble in hot water without swelling, and it's soluble in hot water with swelling and results in the formation of gel when hot water, and doesn't form a gel when hot water added in it. Now next polysaccharide, we are now talking about homopolysaccharides only. Is the next very important one, glycogen. You are familiar with glycogen and glycogenesis. It is also a polymer of glucose, and glucose, dextroglucose in blood sugar is converted into glycogen for a storage purpose in liver or in muscles for muscular activity. So glycogen is a large branched polysaccharide that is the main storage from the glucose of animals and humans. Glycogen is also an important energy reservoir because it stored glucose as a glycogen, and when needed, it is reverts back to glucose and provides energy. When energy is required by the body, glycogen is broken down to the glucose, which then enters the glycolytic or pentose phosphate pathway and released into the bloodstream. That is glycogenolysis. Glycogenesis is the process by which glucose is converted into glycogen, and glycogenolysis is the process when glycogen is converted to glucose again. Glycogen structure, it is also a branched polymer of glucose. Glucose residue are linked linearly. The linear bonding will be alpha 4 glycosidic bond and the branching will be alpha 1,6 glycosidic bond. Alpha glycosidic give rise to the helical polymer structure. Glycol is hydrated with 3 to 4 parts of water and form granules in cytoplasm. The one most important protein that is present in glycogen is glycogenine. Is the glycogenine, which involves in the glycogen synthesis. When you go to the process of the glycogen, this glycogenine protein act as a primer for trapping the glucose molecules from the UDP glucose, which is involved in the glycogen synthesis. Now it is located in the core of the each glycogen. This glycogenine protein is located in the glycogen granule. Glycogen is an analog of starch, which is the main form of glucose storage in the most plot. A starch has fewer branches and the glycogen has more branches. This is the structure of glycogen. See, this is the linear bonding is 1,4 linkage and the branching is 1,6 linkage. This is 6 carbon. This is 1 carbon. It is forming the branch of the glycogen, and linear one, it is 1,4. This is 1 carbon and this is 4th carbon. And this is alpha 1,4 glycosidic linkage. Now glycogen, what is the function of glycogen? In animals and humans, glycogen mainly found in muscle and liver. Glycogen is synthesized from glucose when blood glucose levels are high and serve as a readily source of the glucose for tissue throughout the body when blood glucose level decline. जैसे ही ब्लड शुगर में अगर ब्लड में ग्लूकोज का लेवल खत्म हो जाता है तो ग्लाइकोजन के रूप में जो स्टोर रहते हैं वो ग्लाइकोजिनोलिसिस के थ्रू तुरंत ग्लूकोज में बदल जाएंगे. Now next homopolysaccharide is inulin. It is not insulin. Don't confuse with insulin. Inulin is also a starchy substance found in the wide variety of fruits, vegetables, herbs, including wheat, onion, bananas and asparagus. The inulin that is used for medicine is most commonly obtained for soaking chicory roots in hot water. It is used for high blood fats, including cholesterol and triglycerides, and diabetes also. Inulin is also not digested or absorbed in the stomach. It goes to the bowel where bacteria are able to use it to grow. It supports the growth of special kind of bacteria that are associated with the improving bowel function and health. It is not digestive itself, but it supports the bacteria which is beneficial for improving bowel function and general health. Inulin is also used as, therefore inulin is also used a type of a prebiotic because it's a bacteria promoter, a substance that used by the microorganisms. It is the prebiotic. What is that? Is the substance used in the microorganisms which are present in our digestive tract and positively influences our health. At this point, there is evidence that 3 biotics can be provide health benefits. Inulin, also referred as the long chain inulin, FOS. It is a fructooligosaccharides, and a short chain inulin. It is called oligofructose and galactosaccharides. Both inulin and FOS are extracted from chicory roots fiber, a natural dietary fiber that is extracted using hot water from a plant that's part of the Dandelion family. GOS is produced from, GOS means galacto-oligosaccharide, is produced from lactose, which is sourced from animal. This is the structure of inulin, you can see. Now next one is pectin. Pectin you will find in the feathers of the birds. Pectin, any of the group of water-soluble carbohydrate substance that are found in the cell walls and intracellular tissue of certain plants also. In fruits of plants, pectin helps in the walls for adjacent joining. Immature fruits contains the precursor substance that is known as protopectin, which converted to pectin and become more water soluble as ripening proceeds. It is in plant. Because of its ability to form a thick gel-like solution, pectin is also used commercially in the preparation of jellies, jams, and marmalades. Pectic substance consists of an associated group of polysaccharides that are extractable with hot water or with aqueous solution in dilute acids. Pectin also several health benefits in human also. Included among these are its ability to reduce LDL, low density lipoprotein को reduce कर सकता है, therefore thereby lowering cholesterol levels, and its ability to slow the passage of food through the intestine, relieving diarrhea. Pectin can also activate death cell pathway in cancer cells also, indicating that pectins may play an important role in a certain type of cancer. This is the pectin structure. You can see. Now next one is chitin. You are very familiar with chitin in insects and arthropods. Chitin is also a large structural polysaccharide made from one chains of modified glucose. Chitin is found in the exoskeleton of insects, the cell walls of fungi and certain hard structures in invertebrates and fish. Chitin is second to only abundance. It is second to only cellulose. In the biosphere over, 1 billion tons of chitins are synthesized each year by the organism. Like cellulose, no vertebrate animal can digest chitin on their own. Again, it is indigestible. Animals that eat a diet of insects often have, then again, who will digest it? The bacteria. Symbiotic bacteria and protozoa, which can break down the fibrous chitin into the glucose molecules that is composed of it. जिस चीज का वो बना होता है उसको वापस ये बैक्टीरिया और प्रोटोजोआ, because animals have no enzymes to digest these chitin. However, because chitin is a biodegradable molecule that dissolves over some time, it is used in number of industrial applications also, that is binder of for dyes and glue, etc. Chitin, the structure of chitin. Chitin is made up of also modified glucose monosaccharides. We are, again, you remember, we are now talking only about homopolysaccharides, means जिसमें एक ही तरह के मोनोमर से बना हुआ है. The glucose exists as a ring of carbon and oxygen molecules. Bonds between glucose molecules are known as glycosidic bonds. We already know about this. And chitin is found by a series of glycosidic bonds between substituted glucose molecules. This is the structure of chitin. Chitin is different from cellulose because the substitution of occurs on the glucose molecule. Instead of hydroxyl group on the glucose molecule in chitin, we have an amyl group attached to it, consists of a carbon and a nitrogen. ये इसको cellulose से अलग करता है. A nitrogen are an electrically positive molecule, while oxygen is double bonded to the group that is electrically negative. This produces a dipole produce करता है, which increase the hydrogen bonds that are formed between these molecules and molecules around them. When combined in a matrix with various compound other chitin molecules, the resulting structure can be very hard. Interlinking हो जाता है molecules में, because become very hard by all weak interaction between nearby molecules. Now we will come to heteropolysaccharides, जिसमें मोनो अलग अलग मोनोसैकेराइड्स होते हैं. अभी तक हमने जो पढ़ा उसमें सेम तरह के मोनो, if there is glucose, all the monomers are glucose, like that only. Now what is definition of heteropolysaccharide? Heteropolysaccharides are high molecular weight carbohydrate polymer, more than one kind of monosaccharide. Chemically they are formed mostly of repeated disaccharides units that contains amino sugar में भी मिलता है, जैसे N-acetyl glucosamine, glucuronic acid. We have studied in our first lecture these acid derivatives of the glucose. Heteropolysaccharides contains two or more different kind of monosaccharides. This is the point to remember. It contains two or more than two types of monosaccharides. Usually they provide extracellular support for organism for all kingdoms. The bacteria cell envelope or the matrix of that hold individual cells together in animal tissues, and also provide protection, shape and support to cells, tissues and organs. Now heteropolysaccharides provide extracellular support to very different organisms, from bacteria to humans. Together with fibrous protein like collagen, elastin, fibronectin, laminin and other, heteropolysaccharides are the most important. ये इनके साथ combine करके बहुत important structure बना देते हैं, and the most important component of extracellular matrix. Hyaluronic acid, chondroitin sulfate, ये सभी चीज ये derived polysaccharides हैं, are the important heteropolysaccharides in the extracellular matrix. These heteropolysaccharides usually formed by the repetition of disaccharides unit with an amino sugar or with an amino acid. Acid sugar, sorry. Other common constituents are sulfate groups linked to the certain monosaccharides. अभी हमने क्या देखा कि या तो अमाइनो सुगर्स होते थे या एसिड्स होते थे, या अब उसमें कुछ में ये लेस नॉर्मली कम पाए जाते हैं. सल्फेट ग्रुप होंगे लिंक टू अ सर्टेन मोनोसैकेराइड्स. हेटेरोपोलैसाइड like it, protein forming proteoglycans, glycosamine glycan or mucopolysaccharides. Since they are mucopolysaccharides इसलिए कहते हैं because they are abundant in mucus secretion. As a group, they perform diverse functional structural function. They also regulate water metabolism regulation, सेलुलर सीमेंटिंग का काम करते हैं, बायोलॉजिकल सीव का काम करते हैं, बायोलॉजिकल लुब्रिकेंट का काम करते हैं, एंड एक्सेट्रा. Now this is the hyaluronic acid. It is an heteropolysaccharide. Very important name. Hyaluronic acid is a substance that is naturally present in the human body. It is found in the highest concentrations in fluid in the eyes and joints. The hyaluronic acid that is used as medicine, it is also used as medicine. It is extracted from rooster combs and made by bacteria in laboratory. This is the structure of hyaluronic acid. Now next one is chondroitin. Chondroitin is a substance that occurs naturally in the connective tissue of people and animals, humans and animals. It is also used as a supplement dose, naturally contained for osteoarthritis because it is present in joint. ये इसको supplement के रूप में osteoarthritis के treatment के लिए भी दिया जाता है. This is the structure of chondroitin. Now next one is chondroitin sulfate. It is also a sulfate. It is also a chemical that are found in cartilage around joints and the body, and it is manufactured from animal sources such as shark and cow cartilage. It is also given as a supplement for the joint diseases. Heparin, a familiar word. Heparin is a familiar word for you all. Related to sulfate mucosaccharides is heparin. अभी मैंने बात की थी कि सल्फेट ग्रुप भी जुड़ा हो सकता है पॉलीसैकेराइड से. तो रिलेटेड टू सल्फेटेड म्यूकोपॉलीसैकेराइड इज heparin. It is present in liver, lung, arterial wall, and indeed wherever mast cells are found. This is the important word. Mast cells are found, possibly for the purpose of neutralizing biogenic amines, that is histamine. एलर्जी या जिसमें होता है वहाँ हिस्टामाइन का प्रोडक्शन होता है. Then is hetero. It is also an heteropolysaccharide composed of hetero मतलब दो अलग अलग होगा, composed of D-glucuronic acid units, most of which are esterified at carbon number 2 position, and D-glucosamine N-sulfate units. Heparin also acts as an anticoagulant. It is also a very important function of heparin. It prevents coagulation of blood by inhibiting the prothrombin-thrombin conversion, and this eliminates the effect of thrombin on the fibrinogen. Now, we have described homopolysaccharides and heteropolysaccharides. Now, there are some heteropolysaccharides described above contains two different sugars in the repeating units of the monomer. अभी तक जो हमने हेटेरोपॉलीसैकेराइड्स पढ़े उसमें दो तरह के अलग अलग मोनोमर्स थे. तो बहुत सारे हेटेरोपॉलीसैकेराइड्स ऐसे भी हो सकते हैं जो दो से भी ज्यादा मोनोमर्स हो सकते हैं. However, there are many heteropol which contains more than 2 carbohydrates in their repeating units. Carbohydrates in repeating units. That is, one example is vegetable gum. This contain as many as 4 different monosaccharides units. Most common of D-glucuronic, D-mannose, D-xylose and D-damnose. ये 4 मोनोमर्स से के यूनिट्स के रिपीटिंग यूनिट से वेजिटेबल गम बना होता है. एंड नेक्स्ट वन इज agar-agar. It is also a very important term. It is used in biotechnical process. It is a polysaccharide produced by certain marine red algae. It also consists of D and L galactose, predominantly with 1,3 bonds, and always contains some amount of sulfuric acid in it. It forms highly viscous gel and has melting point of about 90 degree to 100 degree Fahrenheit. Agar-agar is of a great value in the, sorry, it is the spelling is wrong. Agar is the great value of the preparation of foodstuffs, particularly as articles of diet for invalids. It is used for biological labs. I'm talking about this only. It is used for biological labs for preparation of culture media, especially for bacteria and fungi. It is also used in the preparation of some medicine also, cosmetics also, and leather industry also. It is largely used as a solidifying agent in desserts, as a laxative, as a seasoning material for textiles. It also finds an application emulsifier in dairy products. Agar-agar is not utilized by man and hence adds to the bulk of the feces and helps in its propulsion. It is not agar-agar is if present inside the food of the human. It is not digested and will go out through the feces and helps in the propulsion of the fecal matter. A wide variety of heteropolysaccharides are found in animals and microbes. These on hydrolysis, various type of monosaccharides. These are more complex polysaccharides and found bound to the, if it is a polysaccharide bound to a protein, it is known as glycoprotein. If it is bound to the lipid, it will known as glycolipids. And carbohydrate occurs in them in oligosaccharide moiety. Now this is about oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. Now, thank you, all of you.
Hello.